brothers! E acabou, cara, tem nem convite aqui. Gente, eu tô aqui no Roosevelt Hotel em Hollywood, porque rolou a pré-estreia da terceira temporada de Mandalorian aqui, em loco, no El Capitan Theater, que é um cinema clássico aqui, antiquíssimo aqui de Hollywood, que a Disney é dona desse cinema. Passaram o primeiro capítulo lá pra gente ver. E aqui tá tendo a punchline dos talentos da terceira temporada de Mandalorian, e a gente vai falar com eles aqui. Esses personagens, você sabe, é tudo rapidinho, mas vamos que vai ser muito bom. Hey Dave, nice to meet you, man. I want to go back all the way to the Clone Wars, and you had the opportunity to build this world so deeply now, and you're expanding it so well with Mandalorian. So tell me about this experience of back then and what it means to you now.
Oh, I've been very fortunate in my career at Lucasfilm because I studied right under George, and, I came into this needing to learn. I had some skills, I suppose, but because of George's commitment to teaching myself, the animation team, we got the greatest film school I could have ever asked for. Now, all these years later, it's part of my responsibility to kind of pass on what I've learned, just like Star Wars says, and John gets that, and he takes advice from me and thoughts. He wants to know what I know, and I appreciate that because, he's such a talented filmmaker in his own right, but he wants to learn, the ways of the Force, to put it simply, and, hopefully if I get any of that magic, if I learned anything and get it into not just this shows, but all the people that I collaborate with that work at Lucasfilm, we're keeping, George's Galaxy alive and flourishing for years to come.
Do you think that some of your ideas or some of your inputs, sometimes they change, like the script itself? Okay, we can do that. Okay, let's write this in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, obviously, the paramount thing is we always have to serve stories. The design's actually just supporting. In some ways, it's kind of ironic because, one of the biggest lessons that I learned from George Lucas was that we should never be self-conscious about design. Design should be invisible, right? And that's kind of the approach that we take is, even though we're building spectacle, designing these very elaborate worlds, it all sort of is secondary to the story and the character.
Here we are. So you're all around Disney franchises right now.
I guess so, right? What do I have left? What's a good one that we can do? Mighty Ducks? I'm ready.
We're Brazilians. We love it so much from the start because you're like a deputy below Brazilian actress called Alessandra Negrini.
Oh, cool.
So she's very beloved, so we love you already.
No, oh, thanks, Alessandra. Give me a heads up.
Tell me how has been this experience of being in so many different and beloved productions, and now with Mandalorian, what do you have to say about this world, this nerd world?
It's so funny because when you're on set with both Mandalorian, Ant-Man, Marvel World, all of that, kind of everybody's been at it for a while, so it just feels like a family. So just know that what you see in fantasy, it's like everybody interacting here, all of that, it's real. Like, people are just so friendly and nice to work with, so you don't have to really hate after you're watching them too.
Right. Your character has been shrouded in so many mysteries since the beginning of the show that we feel like, well, okay, if we pull like a thread of this guy, there's a lot of plot coming out of it.
Can I say something? Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that means a lot because that's how I interpret him. Even for me, I know for audiences, it's hard to gauge where Dr. Pershing lies. And even for me, the first 2 seasons, it was hard for me as an actor to try to figure him out. I'm just very grateful that in season 3, everybody will have a little better idea.
I have my theory. I'll read her face.
Yeah.
We're trying to call Masayola. I knew.
The theory.
Good theory.
But be surprised how little I actually know.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you? Real. Anyway, you're doing your time here. Very excited about it. I was very excited at the first glance of your character. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And I know when a good character is coming, this is an action figure. Oh, man, my show. And I love that your character is growing on the series, becoming even more important.
Me too.
What can you say about you on season 3?
Carson Teva is, he's rocking it. In season 3, he's more involved, which is great. As an actor, I look at it and you go, from 2 episodes in season 2, to an episode of Book of Boba Fett, to now being in season 3 with a role that is a lot more involved than previously. It's really, really great. Very gratifying. And as a fan, it's like, oh my God, I get to do more spell work. I get to do more score work. It really just sort of shows the genius
of John Favreau with Dave Filoni, the mapping out these character arcs. The little tidbits here and there, and my characters actively doing something that they leave little subtle hints about, but they sort of draw those threads together. And season 3, you get to see a little bit more of what's going on in the world of Carceteta, and that's exciting.
I was reading the books today, the legacy books, like the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the original trilogy generation, so I wanted to know what else happens. So I had this love for characters of the New Republic. Yeah. And I said, when you appeal like this character, like representing the New Republic, like in live action, I said, okay, this is a new window into a world that we want to explore, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's exciting, right? You know, the universe in transition. The Galactic Empire has fallen. The New Republic is there. And the transition of power between those in the Rebel Alliance who've stayed on to become a part of the New Republic. And they're not rebels anymore. They can't just do whatever they need, that they have to go get permission. They're reporting bureaucracy. And the frustration that comes along with it for those who want to stay, make the universe a better thing, but are bogged down by all the things that they have to do now that they're part of a legitimate government, right? And so that's a fascinating exploration. I think we see parts of that. We'll see a bit of that in season 3, which is great. But again, it's exciting to play these like sort of non-canon characters. Right? We become canon later on. Like, I mean, I'm part of canon now. Yeah, like, yes. So like, check that off the bucket list, right? It's cool because I grew up watching these values, right? Be part and imagining and dreaming of flying an X-wing. And now I'm doing it. Like I have a Wikipedia entry. I walking red carpet. This is my first sort of premiere in the United States. I feel like Cinderella at the hall. You know, I did so happy.
Since you grew up with it, can you describe like one of your fondest memories with Star Wars?
My dad took my sister and I see Star Wars in the theaters when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
And then my babysitter took my sister and I to see Empire Strikes Back when I was 8. And then when I was 11, my sister and I went by ourselves to watch Return of the Jedi. And so there is that progression in my stages of life with the franchise, with Heather. And so it's been a part of my life growing up. And then the prequel trilogy came out. It was like, you know, Phantom Menace came out in 1999. I just met my girlfriend. Episode 2 came out. I was engaged. Episode 3 came out. I was married. So again, I have that it's just been such a part of my life. Oh no! And now that I'm on this side, I can't believe it. Like, and I'm part of this, so I'm just very fortunate.
All the best to you, man. And I hope it grows so greatly on the salary people. I appreciate it. Thank you.